Hello. I wanted to give a quick update about yesterday. My last video was 1/8/26, which was the day that my mom passed away, but I did the video at 3 a.m. 3 to 4. This is now 1/9/26, day after my dad and I did a remembrance of her. So yesterday, the best way that I can describe what my morning was like was anytime you can think of anything in your life that you felt anxious about. Could be a procedure, having a baby, surgery, anything that you've gone through that you can be like up to is anxiety. This thing happens and then you get past it when it's done. That was pretty much yesterday. My morning was all about, looking at the time at 6 a.m. at 7:30 she passed away, and it was just like, oh look, now I'm washing my face. I was washing my face at the exact same time that my dad called me last year. And I found myself in the bathroom, doing my face at the exact same time he called me to tell me that the paramedics were there. And then I was brought back to, all that phone call and what I was feeling, and I really thought that it wasn't a big deal. I think originally my first thought was, like, call me back if you know anything else, because him and I, we weren't necessarily very close before my mom passed away. I love him, I loved him and I love him now, but my mom was the one who made all the plans. My mom was the one you would call if you guys were, you were supposed to meet up with them, and I'd call him and I'd be like, so what's the plan? I don't know, call your mom. So, it was very much like our usual when he called, of like, okay, let me know, and and it didn't necessarily register that she was being worked on, like for her life, and that kind of hit me as I was trying to get off the phone, but he wouldn't let me. It was like, this is like, shit's going sideways. And then I started to pay attention more and everything. And so by the time I was on the floor last year praying, I was in my office at the exact same moment, and just, going back to that memory. And it was just like the procedure for me was like getting through all of those times in the morning. And then once I got past all of that, last year, after they pronounced her passed and gone, then I went to his house and, we sat in my car and things like that. And but the intensity of all of it, once it got past 7:30, it eased up on me emotionally. I was able to take a nap. My dad was coming to my house at 10. And we went in my car, which was actually kind of fitting for the day from last year. We went to the botanical gardens. We used my car because my car for the membership has the license plate. Otherwise, we'd have to pay for his car, and that's not going to happen. The botanical gardens has a restaurant. We stayed for lunch. They opened at 11. We were almost the first ones there. We sat at our spot for Mom for a while. We talked, we laughed. It had some food, went to the gift shop. I always go to the gift shop. And bought some bulbs that I have to plant, because now's the time to plant those bulbs. And I drove around Dallas. They'd been here for 3 years. And they never went to Dallas. They really essentially didn't go. I asked him if he'd ever seen the JFK assassination site, and he said no. My dad was in 6th grade when it happened. And we drove through some fancy neighborhoods, looked at some, old money houses, and found ourselves in Dallas, down by the assassination site. Stopped, I parked, and took him down there, and then we went back home. But it was a really good day. It was a good day. I cried yesterday. We talked about the possibility of joining a group. I asked him if he felt like he felt stuck anyway from the grieving, and he said, no, I don't think so. It just sucks because you miss these people. These are important people to us, and we want them to be around forever, and we're just not. So we got through it, and I wanted to give a small update about what that day was like for me. And it was essentially like the emotional buildup of the crunch with her death, and then after that, emotionally, it got a little bit better. I was a little tearful throughout the day once in a while, but that was it. It was just like the build up, the event, and then the after. And if you've ever had anything in your life that some dental procedures, they cause that to happen, and there's just the build up, the situation, and then what do we do now? That was her anniversary for me. That was that. So I appreciate you sitting here. I'm heading to my dad's house today, and it has been raining today, so it's awesome because the weather has been very California-like, and I didn't move to Texas for California weather. So I'm very interested in having the weather back to normal. And we have rain today, which is awesome. I'm going to my dad's to drop off some stuff because my brother's in town. And then I gotta get back home and get back to work and finish my day, pick up the kids, and Jacob's gotta go to work, and pizza movie night, all the things. So last night's sleep was good, the night before sleep was good, and just told you I was going to update, and so here I am. You have a wonderful weekend. I really appreciate you being here with me today in my another video of rambling. I think I think this is 101 videos of my chronicle of death. Yeah, it's not fun. Fuck death, dude. Fuck it. Have a great weekend and Happy New Year. Thank you. Bye.